Hello! Yeah, we're back again. So, like I said, I got done my test. I would say it was not a fun weekend for me. And by the point I mean, like, just studying, no break, just, yeah. Also, I know the quality of the laptop that I'm using is not the best. Well, that takes a lot of money, and I don't have that, so get used to it. That's all I gotta say. But like I said, we're back for another review. Hopefully I don't get any hopefully I don't get any interruptions and you're looking at the same icon again. I'm not really freaking feeling up to changing it because it takes forever. But let's get started. So like always, I have 10 books that I have finished reading or possibly related to the first book. Two of the books I'm talking about, I can't understand a prequel. Is it like before the book? It's confusing, but I probably read it in backward order. And then I'm going to, at the end of the video, bring up maybe a couple books and some notifications I just gotten. So yeah, let's get started. Let me first find it. Boop. Bingo. So, as you all know, I'm a big historical romance fan. Historical fiction, historical romance, big difference, there's none. But the first book we're going to cover over is one I have finished, and it's by LZhime. Nice name, I love it. It's ranked as number 171 in the top, I'm going to say top 300 at least, in the most popular historical fiction. Personally, to me, I like it. It was very interesting and very nicely detailed. But before I start bragging or talking or whatever, also, this is new, in the description, I did put up the links to both the profiles and the links to the books because I feel like you guys won't remember the title just by me talking. So I decided this time I'm going to be starting to put in the links to go to that book. If you're not part of Wattpad, it probably won't work for you. That'll convince you to join Wattpad. I know, I would. But yeah, so this one's called Fearless Francesca or Francesca, depends on how you say the word, Francesca. I'm saying Francesca because that's how I grew up saying that word. But it is a 15-part story. It has over 71,000 reads and also 2,000 votes at the least. This book is, like I said, it's by LZhime. This book kind of dates back into like the 15th century, so I'd say I'm not looking actually at the screen. I'm looking at it from on my phone because it can vary. I'm going to say the 1500s, so 1515 or 1516, if I'm right. And it's in the Italian Renaissance era. Love the Renaissance. Fancy stuff. But the Renaissance is blooming. And the setting of the story is being told is with two very young different people. First is Francesca, a Visconti, who is a beautiful girl who's able to charm those like with her very quick wit and her unseeming or unnoticed intelligence that's hidden between like the layers of her thick, unruly hair, red hair. Yes, she has thick red hair. Glinky dink. No, she's not Merida. But then we're going over to the main character, whose name is Giovanni de Medici, and he is, in my term, a freaking douche, and just a plain old, I can't have any words anymore for him, but he is one hell of a rake. He will bed any common whore, and even his maids. He doesn't really believe in such a thing as love, or thinks that his future bride, who is Francesca, is beautiful. And he thinks she's just a hag, an ugly hag. Hag back then meant you were just plain freaking ugly, although it's probably the same to this day. And it's because there's just rumors. No one's seen her. But everything will change when the two are brought to meet. So this is the classical meaning of an arranged marriage, because that's what happened back then. The daughter's father would give away their daughters in an arranged marriage. I think for like some dowry or something. I can't remember. But again, like though this with the rake, like Giovanni, we have to figure out, will Francesca ever really feel happiness? Even when he's like touching another woman a few rooms from hers. And I will tell you personally, from reading this book, you will be flipping out. Just for Giovanni, you will be freaking flipping him off. It was like, what the heck are you doing? You were screwing up again. I was sure as hell. Hold on, let me fix my door. Freaking doors. Freaking doors. I hate when the door's not closed all the way. Then people will hear me yelling. Well, not yelling, just me being myself. Okay, but yeah, I've just been screaming in this book when I was reading it. Even though I don't usually like reading very short stories. Okay, well, it's 15 parts, so it's not really short. Well, it's short, but when you're reading like long lines and scrolling all the way down, it's pretty long now that I think about it. But the reason I like this book, and that's why it's the first one, is because it has a nice amount of imagery, which in the story for me is personally my favorite, because I like imagery. I love it. I also, again, like I said, I'm a big, huge freaking fan of the Renaissance era, the old styles, and I also like looking up the dresses. I'm a big dress fan, okay? Whenever reading a book, I have to pull up an image or something that kind of goes to the story, like what they're wearing. Because we all really don't always know what they wore back in the days. But that's a freaking fun part. But, enough of my blabbing, because I'm going to keep blabbing. So like I said, I put a link already in it, so I get to close it off. Yay! The next book, as you can already see on the screen, I cannot. Oh, I am looking at it, but I don't want to be cheating and read off what's on the screen already. It's not my style. So, I'm very slow trying to find it. I have too many books. Just, I'll be honest. Ooh! Oh wait, now I read that updated chapter. Never mind. Where is that freaking book? I'm trying to find it. My books are never organized on my phone. It's like, hey, you want me to organize you? Heck no. Come again later. Okie dokie. Okay, so this book's called The Ballet Dancer. This is the reason why it struck out to me, because I did ballet when I was a child. Yes, I did. I quit like a few months in because it was ballet. Oh, hold on. My scared cat. I'm Sadie. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. Bye, Sadie. I didn't see you in there. See you later, night. Here comes Sadie. Sorry, Sadie. Didn't mean to scare you. Sadie came out from my room. Yeah. Sorry, Sadie. Yay! I found my cat. I was wondering where she was hiding. Sorry, y'all. That was my cat, Sadie Mays, I call her Skatey Mays, or Skitty Mays, depending on, because she's freaking scared cat. Literally. But back to what I was guessing, like, okay, what was I talking about? Ballet. Tap. Yeah. I did ballet and tap when I was a child. The same teacher who did ballet, who was teaching me, also taught the tap part, and I couldn't keep up. Yeah. So I don't do that stuff anymore. But I do like ballet. But back to me doing a review before I talk my ears off myself, which I will. But yeah, so this is one of the books I'm saying has a book with it, but I don't know it. As you see down below, it says prequel to the Protegee. Comment below in this video, whenever it's fully uploaded or something. But comment below if you can tell me what prequel means. I mean, I've only heard sequel. That's it. That's it. I never heard of a prequel. Is this like before this book or something? Or is it a part of the, I don't know. I've never heard this word. Never. As all my life I've never heard of it. But let's continue on before I jibber jabber. But this is the prequel to The Protegee, which is another book I'm going to talk about. I haven't read it, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. It's by MoonlitDusk, who is a really good writer. This book has, out of, say, I don't know how many books there total is in the historical fiction area, but this is ranked maybe a couple hundreds after the Fearless Francesca I was talking about. But yeah, number 549. It's a 27-part story. I've read it all the way through. Really good. It's gotten over 17,000 reads and 690 votes. I hope people vote for more because this is a really good book, really detailed. Again, imagery fully in the story. But so this is a confusing part, but it's been 7 years, and Alana, I like that name too. I have a friend who's named Alana. Has never felt more alive in those 4 years. I'm feeling this is like some of the characters in this book were from the Protegee. So this is kind of a, what's the word I'm thinking? A side story to it? Probably. I don't know. I had the word, but I can't remember. So it's been 7 years since Alana has ever felt free from the entertainment business. But her years of independence may be short-lived with the arrival of a somewhat familiar man. And this man has his eyes set on her, and after all those years, and this man who is foreign to the idea of the word redemption. Now, Alana and Nicholas, a man who has a thirst for seizing what he wants, if he wants it, he will get it no matter what. But he and Alana collide together accidentally. Alana is threatened to be captured into Nicholas's web. I don't like saying the whole word Nicholas, so I'm going to say Nick. But she's scared of being caught in his web of lies, destruction, and his hate, which has filled his life. And the web, which this ballet dancer has never wanted to be entangled with, and like from the very start. Who's the ballet dancer? It's obviously Alana. But you have to read more about what happened between Alana and Nick, which I'm feeling is probably from the book The Protegee, but I don't know. I'm a dummy. Say some of the Protegees on my icon down here. No, it's not. Boo. Wait, is this ballet dancer the same one? I'm thinking. No. Wait. No, I don't think it is. Nope, never mind. I thought, see, the title of the ballet dancer it's very common, so I will get confused with other titles. So, why am I saying this? Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, on to my time trying to find this next book. But so that's the ballet dancer. I really love it. And this leads on to this book, which is by the same author. I didn't put her link in again because, what the heck? Why do I need to do it again? But this one is called The Protegee, or Protegee, however you say it. I can't read. Again, it's a historical fiction / romance. As always, there's got to be romance in the book I read. Any books I read has to have romance, no matter the gist of it. But this is a 34-part story. It has over 109,000 reads, and it's 4,000 or so votes. Like I said, same author. This is The Protegee. So I feel like this is the book, the first book, but I don't know. I'll have to ask Moonlit. Moonlit, if you're watching this, is this the first book? Because I get lost. But this book centers around a girl named Serena. No, not from Sailor Moon, but here. So Forever Alone is, we all know, is impossible. And if you're a woman, Well, that's really impossible then. We all know that. I know that. Can't get away from my sister. But in the rules of work, they will grab you, they will take you, and for better or for worse, they will transform you from an ordinary low-class girl into a very desirable woman. Now, Serena has nothing after the death of her parents. Her aunt and uncle absurd her rightful property. After traveling for miles, she has nowhere to go and gets picked up only to be part of the entertainment house, including women who share their various talents. Now, the idea is to take on the platform and to keep the digits rising. If you don't know what I mean, it's like the money. If a man takes a liking to a woman, then they are able to buy them, for better or for worse. Oh boy, dealing with a lot of prostitutes, or slavery, or whatever. And Serena is the new protege, and the platform is open to her expressive talent, but there is the motto, you either rise or you lose. I never actually knew that motto. Apparently I am very slow. I never knew that motto. It's an interesting motto. I don't know if I'll stick with it, but who knows. This book, whew, wait, sorry. Once I look at one book, I have to look at the other books. Oh my gosh. I thought that was Mr. Darcy. Never mind. I thought I saw, I'm just finding a lot of books, for me, personally. I'm a bookworm at the very end. Okay, never mind. Thought I noticed something. This book, again, I haven't read it yet, but I'm hoping to. I get the feeling it'll be really good, and I probably was an idiot and read the second book by mistake. Yeah, that's my bad. I'm an idiot. But that's me. I'm willing to accept it. Yeah. What is up in my life? I will never know. Trying to find. There's the book. On to the next book before I embarrass myself more. Okay, the next book is called. It's actually two books in one book. Oh, that didn't make sense. Two stories in one book. I'm sorry. It's ranked. This is probably the highest I've ever seen a vampire story. It's ranked at number 62. And I don't know what the CC means. I think it's captions, but I don't know. What's an external link? The episode quiz. It's I think to their trailer. You can find the trailer if you click on the link. Here's the link. Here's the link. So, surprise! I never knew what external link was. I never seen it before in my life. Well, it's not on the app either, so there you go. I like this book. I haven't read the second book, but I think it kind of ties into the first part of it, which is the Inject Me Sweetly part, which is really good. Now, these are two separate stories under this group, so that's fair warning. As it says right there on the screen, these are two separate stories under the story group. Now, as I'm a big vampire fan, not Twilight, but I will regret my saying that later on. But vampires, the mythical creatures, horrifying creatures, creatures of the night. We all know what that means. The creatures that make up Emily Brown's worst fear, which is our main female character. There. Sorry, I heard someone. I thought I heard someone call my name. Anyway. Now, the reason why she's so afraid of vampires is because ever since she was little, the thought of vampires has sent her heart racing. So, like, what happens when she somehow gets mixed up with the very creatures she fears? Well, I'm not going to ruin. I don't want to spoil that part. When she's suddenly taken from her family because of something she had like no control over, then something that means there's something else going on. Something special about Emily's blood has every vampire in the whole vicinity trying to steal it. But the problem is, Emily barely even has enough for herself. Reason being is, should I tell you? Yeah, I'll probably tell you. I'll tell you this part though. What they meant by that is she barely has enough for herself is she's anemic. We all know that part. Now I haven't read the Dusk Until Dawn, but I will read off the summary because author is Skater 2 Girl 16. Did I not tell you that part? I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. My mind, once I start talking about a book I really like, I just start blabbing. So Inject Me Sweetly and Dusk Until Dawn is a 76-part story because it's 2 stories. But it already has hit 14 million reads and 173,000 votes, which is amazing. But now, and it's also by XX Skater Girl, Skater 2 Girl 16. Sorry, Skater 2 Girl 16, if I messed up your name. I also, if you're listening, this was a really good story. The first one, I haven't got to the second part yet because I'm just going to shut up right now. So what it says here for Dusk Until Dawn is, when new neighbors move into the creepy house next door, Maddie begins to become curious about them. We all know what curiosity did to the cat. So, obviously. And after a terrifying accident, she learns that her new neighbor, Damien, so was the male guy who's the an immortal guy. Question me now, because I got neighbors probably coming in next door to me. Damien and his family are vampires. Obvious. Knowing the secret, she's now put in danger. And so is her best friend, Dustin. A vampire now wants him dead. But can Maddie stop this from happening, or will Dustin end up dead? We don't know. And I'm not going to even try to spoil it for you. And also, when it says for media, if you download the app, there's like 111 pieces of media involved in this. Trailers included also, but pictures. Which I love the app for because they add pictures to the thing. Hallelujah. Sorry, I'm weird again, aren't I? Sorry. This is actually a 2-part book. I don't know if we have worked on the second book yet. Let me check. Yes, actually, the second book, which I will tell you about after I review this one, has been updated a day ago. It's already at part 8, so letting you know. Just a heads up, because I love doing that for y'all. Now, this is also in the vampire category. It is number 177 in the list of vampire books that are really popular. And it's called Vampire Bride. It is by Vermiculus. Sorry, author, if I messed up your name again. Sorry about that. But it's also completed. Well, the second book is not completed yet. But it's a 26-part story. It has 152,000 reads and 4,000 votes, I think, exactly. Okay, 4,001 votes. There. Now, this is not the fairy tale where there's always happily ever afters. This tale will be filled with betrayals, with lies, with tragedies, and of course with monsters. We all know that. But in this book of Vampire Bride, Emily Rosaria, I can't read when I'm reading on my frickin' phone. Sorry. Was an ordinary young woman who has a really good, like, I'm going to say not humble heart, but probably golden heart, really, who begins to see and experience very disturbing events, which she believes only exist in our fictional novels, which is true. We all think we see something that we would see in a fictional novel. Heck, the ghostly paranormal stuff I experienced before on my YouTube videos before, I thought that was just only from the stories. Hell no, they are not. This has caused her to go on the brink of madness until one day a creature bestowed upon her one of the biggest decisions that will change her life. Will she be able to find peace or even love once again? So this is where you start to uncover her secrets, the secrets that caused her to endure such tragedy and torture. And heck, there's a lot of torture. Lots of torture. Lots of torture. But here's the second book. It's Vampire Bride Immortal. Immortal. I can't read. I'm sorry. Like I said, right here. Woo! And here's Beautiful Macabre or Vermiculus. Love the name. She only had 2 works out? I thought she had more. Really good book. Very good. This one actually got updated 3 hours ago. And it's been like, it was published like way back, like 2009, so pretty long ago. So it's been on here I'd say almost 6 years. No, 7 years. My bad. So it's been on Wattpad for the past 7 years. That's dedication, and this is amazing. It is the 3rd top most read vampire story, and I just now noticed that. I didn't know that, but that's pretty amazing. And big applause to Angeltwist. This book was awesome. It really was. Especially now, I'm not trying to jinx anybody here, but Amelia, for watching this, I didn't know she was the one manipulating our main female character. I didn't know. It's amazing. All this time, I thought she was really helping her. All that time. Wow. Damn. I never suspected her. I never did. Huh. It's amazing. Whew. This story just... Whew. So this is one of my other favorite my top favorite books to read. Oh, it's amazing. Really freaking cool. Okay, so I'm gonna stop fangirling about this book. Start talking about it. So like I said, it was updated. I don't know if, I think she said something before, in the recent chapter that was posted, that it wasn't the end to, the Married to the Prince of Darkness. So there's another book, or a sneak peek to the book, which was released, which is a sequel called My Bloody Fairy Tale. This is just an excerpt from the next book. So that's the book, My Bloody Fairy Tale. It'll contain spoilers. So there's a warning here, and one of the chapters says, so please don't read ahead if you don't like spoilers. Married to the Prince of Darkness is still going on. New chapters are every Friday. So let you know, new chapters for this Married to the Prince of Darkness are released every Friday, even though today's Monday. So, really love the book. I just gotta say, I really like this book. It was really freaking good. Sorry, my throat. So Married to the Prince of Darkness is by Angeltwist. Still ongoing, even though I don't usually do reviews on ongoing stories. I really wanted to because this is really good. I never even knew it was number 3 in the most read vampires books. So that's pretty freaking good. The 91-part story is still going on, but it's reached 24 million reads and 552,000 votes, which is awesome. Now, this book centers around Amelia Hayden, who is a very busy senior in college, ding, 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 pointing at myself, with no time for boys. Sorry, Dante, if you're watching this. Sometimes I don't. But it was before I met you, so yeah. Parties are fun, which I usually don't also do sometimes. But this will all change on one Halloween night. It's always Halloween, though. After she accidentally finds herself at the center of a very cruel prank, which sees her being off and offered to the local legend, the Prince of Darkness, as his virginal bride. I like that term, virginal bride. I like that term. Believing the urban myth to be untrue, Mia, or Amelia, but we call her Mia, it's shorter, and I like the name, is set out to disprove this, but is really actually freaking surprised when the Prince of Darkness turns up to actually claim her, or his bride. So sorry for her. Okay, this is weird, because this is number 1 vampire story, now it's number 3. Woohoo! Weird how it's written like that. Now Mia unexpectedly finds herself married to, of course, the so-called handsome princely type, this mysterious Prince Luke. Excuse me. Now, as Mia comes to terms with her new husband and is it Material? Meridial? How do you say that word? How do you freaking say that word? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna show you the word I'm talking about. How do you say that word? Marital? Material? I don't know. I have to ask about that. Marital vampire lifestyle, but she soon starts to discover that turning into a vampire has given her a very unsettling ability to actually see the dead. So, big and spooky. Ghosty goose. Now, when Mia starts seeing the ghost of her murdered sister-in-law, she starts to begin on a journey to uncover what really happened to her sister-in-law, about her murder, and the dark secrets of her husband's past. Very amazing story. I don't know why my thing says it's only 2 parts yesterday. Huh. I don't know. Oh yeah, this book actually was also in the Waddies 2015. I don't know if it won. I don't know why it says 2 parts or updated. Me confused. But I really love this book. It was really freaking awesome. That to myself. Why did I do that to myself? Why did I do that to myself? I knew I was gonna face the music eventually. Do I regret it though? Not really, because I come to terms with it. I'm coming to terms with it. Does that mean I'll watch the movie? Hell no. Does that mean I'll read the real book? Heck no. I just freaking like looking at the characters and how people change the story up. Freaking yeah. But yeah, so we will still continue about this book. I will still say it's really good. Just be warned, there's more than this book. I don't remember in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Currently, the 5th book's going on. Each, you'll know it because the cover all has almost the same eyes. It's just different colored. But this is by Elizabeth Underwood. Love the name, because that's Carrie Underwood talking about it. Love the name. It's called Immune. It's Twilight fanfic, the story of Bella's sister. Winkinick, I think not. It's a 17-part story, has 70,000 reads, and 2,000 votes. 2,000, 3,000, close enough. Now, Kirsten, who is Bella's sister, was diagnosed at the age of 8 with a very rare disease, and no one could figure out what it was, so they named it the X syndrome. But what makes it much more rare is it's because Kira's the only one that has it. Now, Kira's lived a normal life in Forks, Washington with her dad, Charlie. Well, I'd say almost, but when her twin sister, Bella, moves in from Florida, she attracts the attention of a certain family, while her sister falls for one of them. We all know who. But while she does that, Kira's sickness starts to leave her with a lot of questions that only a certain so-called sparkly vampire could answer. But which vampire? I'm not going to tell you, but he's a main character. It's not Edward. We all know that. We all know it's not Edward, because Edward's already with somebody. But it's another main character. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that, because yeah. Next one. The reason why they say it's being removed at 5:15. There's a reason. Let me just pull it up though. Because there's an author's note in the beginning of the book. Here it is. So the reason why it's being removed on the 15th of next month is because this book should be published by late summer and will be removed from Wattpad at that time. I do not have an exact date yet, but, well, now I think it does. But they will, Ali Lee will let you know in advance as you read this drafted version. You may find narrative imbalance and grammatical errors. The published book will correct inconsistencies in character flow. You can also expect new chapters and added scenes. Now, here's another thing. Let's talk about plagiarism. While I have edited my content, as some have pointed out before, the story is only on Wattpad and under one username, hers. She said, I have all previous versions saved and can easily prove they are mine. I am aware of at least one story on Wattpad that is a direct plagiarism of this one. Changing names and an order of words does not make a story an original work. If you read... I got something in my eye. Hi, Henry. So you're texting me. If you read anything that looks like the story, please let her know. This is a big difference between inspiration and having your story stolen. Please do not waste either of our time. I will have your story removed. Please refrain from name calling in the comment, blah, blah, blah. Critiques are also encouraged. Yeah. So that's the reason. And also, this is not a short story. You will find sex, violence, language. I said sexual content, so reader caution is advised. Under no circumstances is the story meant to portray a real person or situation, past or present, living or otherwise. I like how you said that. If any person should have a said name, it's purely the object of coinciding. But that's why I suggest you guys go ahead and read it before it's being removed and being published. Which, congratulations to Ali Lee for her book being published by professionals, which is amazing. And also, her story is number 7 in a romance. Coinkydink, I think not. I like saying that word. Please don't ask why I say coinkydink. It's a cute word. So that's why it's going to be removed the 16th of May. My eye hurts now because I was trying to... Hello.
The show's fixing to start. I didn't know if you were interested.
Shoot, Dancing with the Stars is going to be starting soon. But yeah, so I'm going to actually not read the summary out because it's so good, and I want you guys to actually read it. So, shoot. These next 2 stories were pretty good. Now I'm going to Star Trek stories. I'm not really a fan of Star Trek, but the reason why these current views I'm talking about are good for me personally is they got Benedict Cumberbatch in it, and I didn't know Benedict Cumberbatch was in the Star Trek Darkness of Khan, or Return of Khan, whatever the name was. I didn't know that. And as you all know, I like Tom Hiddleston and Benedict Cumberbatch and Gerard Butler. Because they're cute. They're really cute. They're really, really cute. So that's why I started reading these books. So I don't know much about Star Trek, so I don't want to go into detail about these books because I don't really understand much about them, like Captain Kirk. I know a little about Spock because it's been brought up so much. So this will be kind of a short kind of story, or a short summarizing for both of these, because I don't really know anything about them. So I'll leave these summary part to you guys because I actually don't really know much about Star Trek. But it's Experiments by Defying Reality and Captured in Crown, which is really good, by Elizabeth Newsom. This was pretty good too. It's pretty long and it's really freaking cool. So I'm gonna leave this at the end of this book because I gotta get going because I have a show, Dancing with the Stars new tonight. It's Disney themed, and I really liked some of the dancing to them. So I hope you liked this video. If you do, please leave a like and a comment if you have some books that you want me to look at on Wattpad. So just for me personally. And I will later on add in my Wattpad link later on in the day. So, but yeah, I hope you like this video. All the links to the books, the authors, are in the description below. And your girl Flarity here, she's out. Bye!